Hello and welcome to another episode of Dance Teachers Academy. I am your host, Jose on the mic, and with me as always is the lovely, amazing dancer, Ame. How are you doing, my love?
Wonderful. Good morning.
It's a beautiful morning. We are outside. We found ourselves in Nashville for this episode, and we are pleased to have, and we are being hosted by
Miss Donna Hamza.
Miss Donna Hamza. How are you doing, girl?
I'm great.
You're looking fabulous. I'm digging those glasses. I'm sorry.
We always look like this at 7 in the morning.
Yeah,
Yes,
because
it is 7 a.m. This is how we roll.
We just roll out of bed like this.
just spring out of bed and
With our caftans.
the only thing missing is the coffee. Is that pretty much it?
Well, no. We have the coffee.
No, when you get out of bed in the morning. You know,
Oh, well, no,
Yes.
that's next.
yeah, that's the next thing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, first of all, for having us over. This is, I want to be saying, it's funny because she says, well, I got this, nice little townhome. Damn thing is almost 3,000, or actually better than 3,000 square feet. So I'm like, honey, this is a house. Stop. The fact that you just have really, really, really close neighbors is one thing. But you're looking fabulous, girl. What you got going on here?
Man, working like crazy. Recently moved to Nashville in December.
Oh, so you just got here.
Yeah.
You don't even know the town yet.
I have no idea the town yet. But what I do know, I love.
Yes.
I think it was a really good move for me personally and for Donna Inc. It's a good choice.
Yes, Donna Inc. Costumes.
Oh.
Fabulous.
Well, yeah, that
costumes.
thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
just one of the many things Donna is known for.
Yeah, one of the many things. I'm actually going to go ahead and insert some photos of some of those fabulous dresses out there throughout our conversation, because I'm going to tell you, folks, they are amazing.
Tremendous. Yeah.
Thank you.
They are. You do some good work, girl.
Thank you.
Not
Doing
bad.
it for 30 years.
For 30 years.
And
Yeah.
she's been costuming me for a long time. Yeah.
Ah, there we go.
In fact, I have a limit. She will.
I put you on a costume
I have a
diet.
costume.
Oh, costume
A costume diet.
I want all of them.
Yeah, she wants all of them.
costume diet. That's the first time I've heard that. That's good.
Yeah.
That is really good.
That's a good friend.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I bet.
I appreciate
So
that.
you design costumes, you're sewing them, you are putting one Swarovski crystal at a time
Yes.
on those beauties.
Yes.
And it really is a work of art.
Thank you.
You didn't start off as a costume designer.
No. I actually started off competing.
Mm-hmm.
And went in for my first lesson with intentions to compete. Not just to learn how to socially dance. I saw it on PBS. That's what I was going to do.
Wow, yes.
So,
Just like that.
just like that. I saw it and I'm like, I can do that.
Okay.
Yeah. So, in my mind,
Sure.
So, went in, started taking lessons. I walked in, I said, I want to compete at Ohio Star Ball. And they were going, okay. So, that's where it went. And,
So it's always nice to have a plan.
yeah, I had a plan. Had a plan.
Walk in a studio first time and going, I want to do this.
Yeah, they loved me for that, too.
Oh,
I
I
bet
bet.
they did. She's like, oh, you're the one. Okay.
Yeah, they were like,
Usually we have to do some talking into for that.
no. I was having to talk them into it.
There you go.
Yeah,
I like that.
yeah.
And you were several times United States champion.
I was
Pro-Am.
fortunate enough to win. Yes, Pro-Am.
Uh-huh.
Won U.S. titles and world titles for
That's
several
right.
years. And
Yeah.
after that, it was like,
You go, girl.
oh, thanks. It was a long, hard road, but it was worth every bit, and I achieved everything I wanted to achieve with my dancing. So it was time then to focus more on the business.
Yeah. And I love how throughout all that, those great successes never went to your head, just really down to earth
What?
fun.
What? What are you talking about? I'm such a diva.
Okay. Let me just say
Okay, maybe not.
Well,
Sounded good,
actually,
though.
you are, but in a good way. But that's so funny. But no, because I just think we've had so many funny moments. You are a dear friend for many,
You are
many
too.
years. Yes, my dear, dear friend Donna. And The birds are singing.
The
for
birds
you,
are singing
Donna.
for you, Donna.
Oh, in our backyard.
I know, it's beautiful. No, but there's just a moment. So we're talking about one United States championship. And many times Donna would have a costume on that she had made. And she'd come off the floor and I'm like, I want that costume.
Mine.
Yeah. So literally at a United States championship, you'll have to remember the year. I don't. I remember the dress, leopard print. She said, after I dance in this dress for the United States Championship, then you can have it. Yeah. So literally, right after she won the United States Championship, we go in the dressing room, she takes off the dress and hands it to me. Because
wow.
This thing, I have a picture
and I was like,
this thing was
I
fabulous.
can wash it. I need to wash it.
And I was like, no,
she's
that's
like,
okay.
No, it's good, I'll wash it.
Give it to me.
Yeah, mine. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, baby, here it is.
So those are the moments I'm talking about.
Yeah,
You're
they
like,
were funny.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait till I'm done shaking my leg in it, and then you can have it.
Yeah.
She had just won, and she was like,
I got to get my scores first.
Yeah. No, it came with the title.
Mm-hmm.
It came with the title.
Oh, well, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Title approved.
It was a good day.
that was a hot costume.
Yeah, it was.
Well, we have pictures. We will flash it.
Yeah, we'll flash
It's
those.
tremendous,
Okay.
yeah.
The dressing room costume. I was curious. How much time frame between? Okay, I'm gonna grab a pencil and sketch this thing out until you put it in a FedEx box and send it off.
Yeah, it also depends on when they need the dress. So some people do and if they're smart, they do their designing and shopping for it early.
Sure, that would be the best thing.
Rather than trying to do it last minute, because we are a boutique house. We're not a dress mill. So from beginning to end, it can be, if we are totally under the gun and it's a no choice thing, we can do it within a month. It's not what anybody wants. So that is, we love 3 months.
Okay,
From
3 months
beginning to
out.
end.
That would be
love 3 months.
90 days.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
And of course, I've seen you do this because we have many conversations as you're sewing or as you're stoning. But this is the first time you've seen it. So she's literally cutting out fabric on the floor.
Yeah, I saw that.
Taking it over to the sewing machine. So she's, designing it and sewing it herself.
Right.
You're just talking to us, and it just looks like a machine did it because it's so perfectly.
That's just
sewn.
years. That's just years. It was rough in the beginning. They weren't so great in the beginning. It was a learning process.
It's nice that you can admit that. Like, them first ones.
It's a true story.
That first year or two is kind of sketchy, but
they never fell apart. The good news is we didn't have anything like that.
That's nice. Yeah.
Oh, you're
and I would
back.
say don't try this at home. But I mean, her dresses are so well made that I have put my white costume, like I said, don't try this at home, ladies and gentlemen, in the washing machine with bleach.
Wow, I'm not even sure I would admit that in front of her.
And I'm not
She
sure
knows I
I
did.
just heard that.
She knows. Really? And it was fine.
Well,
and it was fine.
And you don't have to, because we maintain your costumes for you. Up for the first 3 years now, is you wear the costume, send it to us, we clean it, refurbish it, restone it. So you don't have to do that.
May.
I know. I told you, don't do that. But that's how strong, how well they're made. They're made to dance, to move in. So, like I said, I don't recommend that, but I have done that, and it was beautiful, beautiful. White.
Testament to your quality. We saw a young lady
That's
couple of months ago. I've forgotten what comp it was, but apparently a dress that a maid danced in 20 years ago.
Oh my God!
Yeah, and it was when a young lady had it on, and it was like, it was still looking fabulous.
good, huh?
Yeah,
Still looking fabulous. So I'm like, wow, really? It's like, yeah, I danced.
that
in
was my costume.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, okay,
Yeah. Find out where some of them end up at, huh?
right?
Yeah.
And still
They
looking
still
good
look
20
great.
years. 20
Good to
years
know.
later. So, yeah, obviously you're doing something right.
Good to know. Yeah.
I'm going to say that was not done like in the first 1 or 2 of your
No,
years.
they still held up.
Oh, did they?
You know, they just weren't. They weren't as designed.
Oh, I see.
Maybe
They weren't-
is the better.
They weren't. They were missing that fabulousness.
Well, and costumes through the years have evolved.
That's the other thing.
And 30 years ago, costumes were much more basic, as far as stoning, decorating, that type of stuff. Not necessarily in design, as far as 30 years ago, you had crazy things going on with costumes then too. But maybe the quality of not everybody was using Swarovski, things like that, and
The crystals.
yeah. And now they've gone completely upscale.
Yeah, and I know when she makes a costume, it's like a constellation is on your costume.
Yeah, I did notice.
Beautiful.
They're
But
amazing.
just to say too, I think you're your own worst critic, because there's sometimes where something is beautiful. It's just like in the same way that when you photograph things in the past and you're like, I don't like any of them.
I don't
I'm
like
going
any
to
of
delete
it.
them. I'm like, no. And so there's some times where she's made a costume for me and it's great, and she just decides she doesn't like it anymore. She's like, give it to me. I don't like it.
I don't
I'll
like
get
that.
you another one.
Yeah. Well, it may be a great dress, but sometimes it's not a great dress for that person.
That makes sense to me.
And we can sit down and design something, and if it's a miss, it's still a good dress. But
It's
that
just
was
not for you.
Then I called it wrong. So at that point, then I'll replace it. If I look at it and it's not right on you, I'll replace it. That's my name out there.
That is your name out there.
And somebody shouldn't have to pay that kind of money and own something that's not perfect for them.
Yeah, makes sense.
So it's a great dress. It'll be perfect for someone else.
Just not you right now.
Yeah, you're better than that dress is on you.
Well, the thing I like about your dresses too is that you really know how to make a woman look beautiful any size, and you know how to feature the good parts and cover up the not so good parts.
That's
And it makes
that's
us
what I
feel
get passionate
beautiful.
about.
Yes.
First of all, ballroom dancing is for all ages, all sizes, all abilities. Not everybody is
A size zero.
And nor should they be. And just because you're a size 2 doesn't automatically mean you're sexy. And just because you're a size 18, that doesn't automatically mean you're not sexy. So everybody has something beautiful about them. It's our job to look at this woman's skin. That might be your thing. She might have the most beautiful skin in the world. Let's focus on that. Let's open up her neckline. She might have great collarbone. She might, let's focus on that. Most women will have a tummy. Not all, but, most of us do.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Let's take attention away from here and bring attention to our parts that are our best parts.
And that's nice, and it makes you feel so amazing when you are dressed right. But I want to just focus the conversation or steer the conversation to something that's you're also very passionate about, which is talking about self-image. And there was so there's ballroom dancing. We call it the real world and the ballroom dancing world.
Yes. Yes. So I walk around in the real world and I think, hey, I don't look bad for 57 years old, walking around and wherever it may be. I'm feeling pretty good. And then I can walk into a ballroom and all of a sudden I feel like an old, haggard cow, and I'm like...
That's a bit harsh.
Well, it can be that way.
Huh.
Because it is an industry full of beauty. Let's face it. It's an industry full of beauty. At any given point, you look on the dance floor, and there's just a whole lot of beauty out there.
Yep.
So, it's something that has taken me a long time to realize that, again, you can be beautiful and you can be sexy at any age and any size. So now I walk in ballroom older than I've ever been, obviously, and I now walk in there and I feel like I'm something special, but it took me a hell of a long time to get there. And there's same thing with so many women, and there's
gorgeous women.
Oh my God,
gorgeous women, and they're struggling with self-confidence or
right,
self-image,
and they could be the most physically beautiful women you've ever seen. And I'm sitting there working with them on costumes, and they're saying, "Well, this is bad, and this is bad, and this is bad," and I'm looking at them thinking, "You're frickin' flawless,"
Yeah.
But those are your issues, and I get that. So let's work on costuming around that. So instead of it now focusing on what we don't like about ourselves, let's try and focus on, hey, this is pretty good. My skin's good. Or I've got great legs. Or I like my booty. Or whatever it is. Whatever it is that you like, let's focus on that and keep that in your head. And when you walk into that ballroom, you're thinking, I've got great legs. Keep that positive in your head. Not that, oh my God, I look like a haggard old cow.
So what was the main thing that helped you
that's
to
good intel.
overcome that?
Yeah, because you said...
Well, it was absolutely a process. And I was feeling that too. I'd gone through the death of my mother. I'd gone through a divorce. I'd gone through a lot of tough times. And was unfortunately quite depressed. So it wasn't going to take much for me to feel that way. And it was just a lot of, working on myself, having positive people around me.
That's important.
And
that is important, actually.
Yeah. And so that's what I try and be now for people, because we don't know what everybody's going through.
That's right.
And just try and stay positive around someone, and that may, in a moment, help them over a little hurdle. It may not. But sure,
Every little bit helps.
Yeah.
Sure beats, hanging out with these negative Nancys. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Just sucking the energy out of you.
Exactly. And it's women are hard on themselves, and I think we should be, and I know this sounds trite and corny and all that, but I am a hippie girl. I truly am. Inside, I'm a big old hippie. And I think we should...
Well, if the dress and the earrings would give it away, well...
Yeah, well...
And Donna is known for her caftan, so that's why we are sporting this morning.
It's coming from the Arab culture that I was raised with. So, I am that person, and it sounds corny, but we have a sisterhood. Or we should. And we should constantly support each other and build each other up instead of tear each other down.
I totally agree. Yes.
So my girls are sorry. My girls are special to me.
There you go.
The girls that you costume.
Yeah. Any of them. I mean, I'm not talking sponsored, just
every single lady. And you do make them feel very special.
Well, I hope so. But they make me feel special, so.
Oh. Yeah, now you
Sorry, I got emotional about that.
I think that is wonderful. I mean, it shows in your costumes, and that every lady you dress is, you make them feel important, and they are important to you, like you said.
They are important to me,
And you have gained a lot of credibility in this business. And a lot of people would say, kind of poo-poo someone that's an amateur, however high, world champion. Well, yeah, but you're just an amateur. So I'm sure you've gotten that along the way. But you have an eye for professionals. You always have. It's amazing to me. You can pick them out, the up-and-coming stars. And feel like you've gained a lot of credibility, undeniable. So you've sponsored these up-and-coming future stars, and you nail it every time. It's amazing to me.
Yeah. It's a lot of it is more about who somebody is also. And
There's something about them you like.
Yeah, I'm going to go all hippie again, you know. But you meet someone and then there's their soul and it's like, and in person just chatting and they bare your soul, guess what? There's a great opportunity that they will do, or a great chance that they'll do the same thing on the floor. And
interesting.
Yeah, and it'll make them special. You know, it's not just about doing your technique, although that is extremely important. That's what I focused on. But sometimes, and you don't know why, but there's somebody out there, they're special, you can't put your finger on it. They're just special. And in talking to people, when you see that, it's like, that's who I want to work with. There's something really beautiful about this person. That
You kind of look at them and go, they have it.
Yeah. And not the put on it, you know, not the, I'm going to put a show on. Hey, look at me, I'm fabulous. Not that. Just something, it's their soul.
I know what you're talking about. One example would be that when you watch a performance and then you just know she just left her heart on the floor there.
Yes.
She just gave it to us. Like,
everything
poured
she
it
had.
out. Yeah, and I appreciate that so much as an audience, you know, going like, girl, I know what you just did.
I just felt everything you went through. I went on that journey with you.
Yes, good storyteller on the floor. Yeah, it's amazing. It gives me chills, you know. And it's it's easy to get too caught up in the technique and forget about
or choreography,
the artistry. Yes.
Yeah, and and I think tricks are amazing. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
You know, if you're out there doing a cartwheel, a backflip, whatever, and a splits and a this and a that. I think that's amazing. That being said, if it's just tricks, a 2-year-old can do tricks. You know, there's not a 2-year-old that can't do the splits. Not a one.
Saturday morning gyms are full of, children out there doing tricks.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, and now if you're fortunate enough to be able to do both, you're golden. You know, but if you rely just on trickery, then there's something missing from the dancing.
Can't tell a story.
Can't tell a story. So to me, some people sometimes are over choreographed because it's so much that all they're doing, you see them thinking, oh hell, I've got this coming up next, versus I'm in the moment right now. I'm in the moment. Let me go with this moment, and then go with your trick.
Yes.
But if you're sitting there like, okay, I just did this, now I've got to do that, now I've got to do that, it becomes maybe a little bit cheerleadery.
Robotic,
and it's over-rehearsed.
Yeah, it starts to become digital.
Yeah.
You lose the fluidness of the analog.
Exactly. There's a techie explaining it.
Yes. There you go.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean, though.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, hey, man, where's the passion in this thing?
Yeah. So, and it's I've tried to take that feeling into other parts of the industry now, and maybe I'm crazy. Well, we all know I'm crazy, but
in a good way.
Hopefully. And now as a co-owner of Savannah, co-organizer, it's interesting trying to take that feel and that heart and put it into an event. And I have to tell you, I'm having the best time working Savannah. My partners are beyond amazing, and they let me be that crazy artist with it, and whatever it is we're doing. And if we want to jump up on the tables and play air guitar in the middle of it, we do that. If we're singing at the top of our lungs, we do that. We'll never be in an important competition, but we are growing about 30% every year. In a time when
Savannah Dance Classic.
Oh yes, sorry, Savannah Dance Classic. There's
That's
my
okay.
plug.
I did it for you.
Yeah.
I'm here for you, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a beautiful competition. I've been there a couple of times now. I first went just, to check it out.
Yeah.
Fun, beautiful. Really got a chance to enjoy the city. And that is something, because sometimes you go to a competition and you never leave the hotel.
Oh, I know.
And so you're like, where am I now? And so it's so nice you take the time and you organize the competition in a way where, first of all, on that first night, you have some competition stops, and then we go to the Pink House for a beautiful, heavy, wonderful hors d'oeuvres. Yum.
We are talking lobster,
Yeah.
lamb lollipops,
Oh, gosh.
full bar.
And really get a
It's
chance
really-
to get to know each other.
Right.
Yeah, and so that's nice. And then you do organize for the dancers in a way, too, that beyond that night, they can enjoy the city.
Mm-hmm.
And it's at a great hotel. What is the hotel called?
It's the Hyatt Regency in Savannah, and it's right on the
river. And oh my gosh, that patio.
That patio.
Yes.
It's about that patio,
yes,
isn't it?
because you're watching the ships go by. You can watch the fireworks show from this
Everything.
huge patio. Yeah, it's very enjoyable.
That's fantastic.
You should go next year.
I'm putting it on my schedule, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the dates are in.
It's always the first weekend in June.
There you
Okay.
go.
So
It's easy to remember.
it may start like on May 31st,
Yeah.
whatever the Thursday, but it's the first weekend in June.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah, and my student Richard had a great
Well,
time.
it's good for
Yeah.
people that are history buffs because
Ugh.
it's a very historical
Yes.
city.
Yeah.
It's you walk to everything. It's very similar to New Orleans, but without the puke.
Well, I describe Savannah as a
Puke and a piss smell.
Yeah. It
cleaner-
smells fantastic.
cleaner, safer New Orleans.
Yes.
That's what I say. And I normally, and I love New Orleans.
I love New Orleans.
I do
New
too.
Orleans.
It's nice and dirty. I like
Yeah. we just don't have the dirty. And there's
Yeah.
always live music going on outside. There's always things going on that, I fell in love with the city. It was, again, right after I separated, and I was depressed, that's also something we don't talk about in this industry is,
Yeah, because everything's great.
everything's always great and fabulous, but I was depressed. And I went down there just to vent. And I woke up the first morning and I was smiling. I hadn't smiled in 6 months. Not once. And I woke up smiling. And I thought, I don't know what this is, but I'm taking it.
Yeah, I'm
And
digging
I
it.
found myself all weekend. I was happy.
Mm-hmm.
I was so happy. The city will seduce you. Absolutely will seduce you. And that's when I knew that I wanted involved in that event.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately, it worked out.
Good timing.
Yeah, worked out. So, there's Savannah. I don't know how many more ventures I'll go into.
I was going to say, what's in the future for Miss Donna?
There's always plans.
Yeah.
I don't know about who, what, where, why, and when.
Mm-hmm.
This doesn't turn off. It's going all the time. So we'll see. We'll see.
I love it.
But I'm loving it. Moving. I love this industry still after 30 years. All aspects of it. I still wake up and I'm excited to work.
That's a great feeling.
Every once in a while, I was like, no, I really don't want to work today. But I still love my job. I still love my job. And I love the people.
All right. Well, on that note, I know you have some
Dresses
costume.
to sew.
You think?
Yeah, I saw that board, and I don't want your business guy to get on you too bad.
Yeah,
So,
Carter will be all over me. He is the boss of us.
Yeah.
He's actually one of the best things that has helped me because with the things that I do well, I am not an organized person.
Can't have everything.
Yeah, and he has come in and organized me.
Shout out to Carter.
So, yeah.
Shout out to Carter.
Shout out to Carter, because we are actually way ahead of schedule now with stuff. Yeah, we are very organized, and I don't have to do it. I get to be an artist.
There you go.
So
Awesome.
Well, we're going to go ahead and let you go because I know you have some costumes to work on. So thank you for showing up this morning.
Thank you.
This has been lovely.
Thank you.
The lovely May.
Jose, thank you. Thank you, Donna, my
Thank you,
dear
baby.
friend. I appreciate you so
Forever.
much.
All right, folks. Well, this has been
Let's
another
go play in
episode.
some costumes.
Yes, let's go. Yeah, she's been playing in costumes all week here. Folks, this has been another episode of Dance Teachers Academy. Thank you for watching.